And you said Lamar Jackson was the worst quarterback in all of football, and he won the MVP that year. So that tells you how great you are when it comes to.
Yeah, he was a running back, a quarterback.
No, he was a quarterback. He threw over 3,700 yards, and he.
That's not very good.
Really?
In today's game and age, no.
For a guy that ran over 1,000 yards?
Yes.
3,700 yards?
That's the stat people care about.
Michael Vick, was he successful?
Successful? Yes.
Was he successful in the league?
Successful, yes.
I'm asking you questions.
I understand.
Cunningham, was he a successful quarterback?
Yes.
Okay.
Lamar Jackson is not as talented as either one of those two.
Warren Moon, was he a successful quarterback?
He was not as talented as either three of them.
Really?
Yes.
Did any of those guys win an MVP in 2 years?
No, they have not.
Okay, so
now
how do you know? How do you know when you brought up Pat Mahomes a little while ago? How many years has he played from Aaron Rodgers? 13 to 3.
Michael Vick played great in the playoffs. Warren Moon played good in the playoffs.
All right.
And Randall Cunningham.
And that's my shot at Lamar Jackson. That's the only shot. And Lamar Jackson has to prove himself.
But you know what really happens in the playoffs?
What?
Quarterbacks have to throw the football.
Really?
Yes. Against good defenses? Absolutely.
Okay.
And guess what happened? Lamar Jackson got exposed in the playoffs.
Ryan Tannehill, did he have to throw in the playoffs? And he took the Tennessee
No,
Titans.
Derrick Henry ran over
My
three
question,
teams.
that has nothing to do with the question. Did Ryan Tannehill have to throw in the playoffs?
He had to make big throws in the playoffs.
He
had to make a big throw.
I'm sorry, Jeff. What did you say?
You pick such outliers to try to make a point.
No, I'm making a point. He said that you need to
Tannehill
throw.
had to make
he said you need
in
to
the playoffs. Absolutely, he did.
No, you pick. No, Tyler's point still stands. You need to throw the football in the playoffs to win. Not every team has the most dominant running back in the game. There's one of those guys, and that's what happens to exist on Ryan Tannehill's team. So that's the example you use? No. Why you bash Lamar Jackson because he can only run? The point still stands, dude. Lamar Jackson needs to throw the ball in the playoffs to win playoff games.
No question.
He doesn't have Derrick Henry, but you want to think that you're making a point because you pick the one outlier of an example just to maybe think you're right. No, 29 other teams need to throw the football in the playoffs to win. So shut up, dude.
Carl also says Warren Moon did not play well in the playoffs.
You're crazy.
What happened? Was it? What did Carl say?
Carl said Warren Moon did not play well in the playoffs.
How old is Carl? 12?
No, he's probably 15? Your age, Errol?
He's my age.
Yeah.
Okay. Warren Moon was what, 40 when he played?
What, he played later
No,
with the Saints,
you saw Warren Moon play.
With the Oilers.
Jeff is only 2 years older than me.
What?
Jeff is only 2 years older.
Jeff's not the one arguing that Warren Moon didn't play
Carl
well in
is
the
the same age as me. He's around the same age as me.
You said Jeff.
But I'm just saying Jeff is only 2 years old. Carl's like you're younger than me, okay? He saw Warren Moon play. You never saw Warren Moon play.
I did not.
Okay,
I know he's
did.
more talented
Jeff
than Lamar
did.
Jackson.
He only looks like he's old enough to see Warren Moon play.
Carl says
I'm still waiting on your Jack Daniels there, pal.
What did you?
Jack Daniels is for trash people.
Yeah, what did you call it? Amateur whiskey or whatever you called it?
What was the whiskey you said to go get?
Oh, there's a bunch of them, dude. What kind of whiskey do you want, bro? There's a bunch of really good whiskeys.
What's the best whiskey I can possibly go get?
I mean, Johnny Blue is like, but you wouldn't mix Johnny Blue. Like, no. But you wouldn't mix Johnny Blue. You're not drinking, Johnny Blue and Cokes like you trash people drink Jack and Cokes. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa. There's nothing wrong with a good Jack and Coke.
Yeah, there is. Jack Daniels is for trash people. Go hang out with the pores.
That was pretty good.
By the way,
that was funny.
Warren Moon in the playoffs, 2,870 yards, 17 touchdowns, 14 interceptions.
That's not good.
And a completion percentage of 64.3.
That's not good.
That's iffy.
That's not good. And by the way,
better than Lamar Jackson.
No. What I'm saying is that yes, you need to throw. You need to make plays when it comes to the end of the game. You need to make the throws that's going to win you the game, no question. But Lamar Jackson still needs to prove himself in the playoffs. And I've always taken shots at Lamar Jackson. He's been in the playoffs 3 years. He has not done it. He's got one of the worst numbers in the playoffs that you could see. So
that's why it's ridiculous. You use the one example because he has Derrick Henry and he's the most dominant dude. For the most part, Tyler's right on this one, right? Just because
I never said Derrick Henry. I never said Derrick Henry.
You definitely did. You go, did Ryan Tannehill have to throw in the playoffs?
No,
because he had Derrick Henry.
Okay,
Don't use that example.
But it's true. But it's true.
So
He says you have to throw. There are quarterbacks that didn't have. Mark Sanchez, the 2 years that they went to the AFC title game, did he really have to throw?
He had to make big throws.
Did he win anything?
He went to 2 back-to-back AFC title games. That's winning enough. No, but he won 4 away games, and he beat your Patriots.
Right. So the example would still stand because to make a playoff, you need to throw the football.
Hold on. You need to make.
You're using examples of teams that never made it.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, Jeff. Here's the thing. I could pick out games, and I could pick out Super Bowl contending teams that didn't. How about this? Peyton Manning. When he went to the Super Bowl with the Broncos, did he really have to make the throws?
No, he didn't even have to.
Okay, so that's
the offense didn't do it.
That's what I'm saying, Tyler. You don't always have to do that. If your team is structured to win, you can win with a decent quarterback, not a great quarterback. And Lamar Jackson, you can win with Lamar Jackson. You absolutely, with that team, you can win with Lamar Jackson.
Name the last 10 quarterbacks to win Super Bowls.
Tom Brady.
All right, so Tom Brady 5 times.
Peyton Manning, Drew Brees,
Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, and Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, none of those guys know how to throw. I guess you're right.
But by the way, Jeff, how many times could you? And besides Tom Brady, don't bring up Tom Brady. How hard is it to win a Super Bowl?
Yeah,
it's very hard. It's very hard. So going to the Super Bowl is still like winning. You didn't win the Super Bowl, but you get all the way to the Super Bowl. That's a winning franchise. Going to an AFC title game, that's good. That's good.
But by the way, you're saying, but the point you're making is, to get to the Super Bowl and win, you don't need that.
No, I'm saying.
But the 2 examples that you're highlighting are teams that didn't even make it to the Super Bowl. The Titans, sorry, didn't make it. AFC Championship loss.
It's fine.
Jets and your great Mark.
No, but I'm saying.
No, they can't win that big game without.
I mean, in Errol's defense, both those teams were 6 seeds, though, too.
That's not even a defense. I don't need a defense. My argument here is you can win, and we've seen teams.
Great defense.
Well, I'm sorry, you got to talk into the mic. Bring the mic down.
The Ravens have a great defense.
You can bring the mic down.
But even with that example, Tyler, and I get it. I knew that one was coming with stupid Jamal Lewis and dude. That's a time that's long past. That isn't modern football. That's not the way it's played anymore. To play football now, you have to throw the football.
Carl says, go watch Moon cough up that game against the Bills in the second half, losing to Frank Reich. But right, Tyler, I'm 12. And offense didn't do anything. Didn't Manning set the touchdowns record in a season with the Broncos? Yes, in 2013 when they lost the Super Bowl to the Seahawks that season. We're
not going to stay on this the whole show. So my argument here, and it's not, and we're talking about Deshaun Watson, going back to Deshaun Watson. Take the Jets out. That's not happening. There's nothing. They should, could, would. It's not happening. So it's not even going to be brought up. There's 2 teams that has been the big names that everybody keeps talking about. It's the Broncos and the Eagles. Now, where does he fit the best? I think the Eagles. I think that's where he fits the most. The Broncos are. The Broncos are already.
Option number 3.
What is that?
Can I pick option number 3 that works and it's not going to be the Jets or any other wacky team?
Oh.
What about Washington? Why isn't Washington in that
would
mix?
be scary. Mm-hmm. That would be a very scary idea.
Why is it scary? They have nobody to throw to.
Terry McLaurin?
That's it.
Open. Terry McLaurin's a great player.
I know. It's just that's it.
They have a great running back, too, that can catch the ball out of the backfield,
Gibson,
too.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is
they
have one wide receiver. That's it.
No, they have another one.
They have one great.
They signed Curtis Samuel as a slot guy.
No, because they also signed Curtis Samuel.
Yeah, but we don't know what Curtis Samuels is going to do on a team for San Francisco.
He's only been top 5 in the league in receiving for the last decade, but we don't know.
Decade? He's not a decade.
Dude,
he's not been in the league for a decade.
Dude,
he's been in the league for 5 years.
He's been in the league for 5 years.
The last 3 years he's been top 5 in receiving. I dare you to go look that
on the 49ers.
No,
Panthers.
The Panthers. I'm sorry, on the Panthers. The Panthers. That's what I meant. On the Panthers.
Right, so he should get an extra award for having to catch passes from Cam Newton.
Cam Newton was good in his rookie year, though, Jeff. 2017, he had a nice season.
Curtis Samuel wasn't there.
Yes, he was. He was drafted in 2017. Yep, he was. He was their second-round pick. McCaffrey was their first-round pick that year.
But that's not Cam Newton's rookie year.
No. In Curtis Samuel's rookie year, Cam Newton played very well in 2017.
Oh, no, yeah, okay, right. I thought you were saying Cam Newton.
No.
Wait, no. Yeah, no, but go back and look. been top 5 in the league in receiving the last few years. Curtis Samuel's a damn good receiver.
Yeah, he's a nice player, and he's also a guy you can line up in the backfield. So he's a nice player.
Adam Humphries is there.
And Gibson is a really good running back.
Sims,
and by the way, they might be building a murderer's row on defense. They
are definitely buying a murderer's row on defense.
They signed Kendall Fuller last year, who played amazing, and now they signed William Jackson in the offseason with that front seven. Yeah, that's
and don't count them out for Howard either.
Right, but I understand Errol's examples of the Eagles and the Broncos because that's what we're hearing about. But I think the Redskins should be, or the Washington
football team. You can't say that anymore. They're the Washington football team.
I know I'm a racist and a terrible person, but I slipped.
By the way, does anybody like the Cleveland Indians' new name?
I don't think it's bad. I think it's pretty good.
It's retarded. It's awful.
I don't like it.
Why are the Atlanta Braves allowed to keep their name?
No, they'll have to change theirs.
Yeah, I know. Why?
They will.
Why? And I've had this conversation a million times. These names are not derogatory names. They're things of strength, things of fear, things of we're proud that this is our team name. Oh, the Indians is no, get out of here. Get out of here and go to Canada.
But we can all agree the Redskins is a slur, though, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Like the Indians.
That's more general, yeah.
I guess Tyler's finding a gray area with Indians and Braves. But you're literally mentioning their skin color. Like if we called them the Cleveland Crackers, you'd be like, white people would be like, "What? You can't call us crackers."
Right.
The Cleveland Crackers.
I'd be fine with that.
But you know what I'm saying, though, right?
The Seattle Cracker Jacks. I think that'd be a great name.
But you know what I'm saying? The Redskin thing was a slur.
No, absolutely.
Right. They're probably the one team that should change it. But I guarantee you, watch, in Texas, the Cowboys is an offensive name. We should change it. And
why? The Cowboys
Because girls want to be cowboys, too. They should be cow people.
I actually agree with that. I think the Cowboys should change their name because I do think it's derogatory.
They should be cowgirls.
Cowboys should have to be associated with them.
the Dallas One Stars.
I think if you're an actual rancher and an actual cowboy, you should be offended that group of pussies is what represents you.
Well, now.
The Dallas One Stars.
This is crazy. Oh man.
I'd be like, dude, I've been out here chewing tobacco and herding cattle and doing like crazy work.
Stopping robberies.
And this is the group of people that you're going to associate with me. I would be offended.
Highly.
And by the way, I'm reading what Snug said, and I brought up one player. If I go back in the last 5 years, I could pick up a quarterback that went through the playoffs barely throwing, and they went all the way to an AFC or even a Super Bowl. Okay, I've seen it. So, including Peyton Manning, which I said Peyton Manning barely threw the ball, and he took the Broncos went all the way to the Super Bowl and won. Okay, yes, the defense had a lot to do with it, and the running game had a lot to do with it too. But you can win with a quarterback that doesn't have to throw the ball all the time. He's got to make a throw here and a throw there to make sure that the sticks are moving. Besides that, you can win with a quarterback that doesn't have to do that. So,
except it hasn't really happened in the last decade.
It happened with Peyton Manning.
I mean, he could still get it done if he needed to.
And Brock Osweiler, we're going to laugh at that. Hold on. You're going to laugh at that name now. But he did play insanely well during that stretch.
He played great. He played
in the regular season. He didn't play in the playoffs.
But it helped him get the one seed, though. He's right. It did help him get the one seed, though. He won four.
But if you look at every other quarterback that's on that list in the last decade, and you look at Brady, Mahomes, Breeze, you're right. None of those.
Jeff, we all know. No, Jeff, we all know that elite quarterbacks have the best chance to win. There's no argument to that. But we have seen quarterbacks that you don't have to be elite to win. I mean, and that's what I've said.
But the examples, you're naming one a decade.
I told you Tannehill last year went to an AFC title game, okay? I said that. I brought up, how about Blake Bortles? Blake Bortles took the Jaguars to the AFC title game.
40 points on the Patriots.
40 points? It wasn't because of him. It wasn't because of him.
You're legit naming dudes that didn't even.
I'm just saying we have seen quarterbacks succeed in the playoffs without really needing to throw the ball. That's what I'm saying.
Carl says Trent Dilfer would be your kind of example.
No,
that's 20 years ago.
Yeah, but it's 20 years ago. Yeah, but I'm not talking about Trent. I'm talking about now. I'm talking about
when people name Trent Dilfer. Has the
Trent
game changed
Dilfer,
in
Brad
20 years?
Johnson, Rich Gannon. Stop these names. Just stop.
I didn't
it's
say
a
that.
different game.
I didn't
Not
say that.
you.
That was Carl.
I'm saying everybody in general. Stop bringing up guys. It's a different game now. You need to throw the ball 60 yards.
I'm talking about the
you need
last
to
10
throw the
years.
football.
I'm talking about the last 10 years.
I don't ever agree with Tyler, but I'm on board with what Tyler's saying. You have to throw the football.